Hey everybody, it's me Ian. This video may be out at the end of this year. It may be on January 1st, but here I am to talk about my top 15 anime of 2016. Now these are anime that have started and finished in this year. So I won't be including March Comes in Like a Lion, even though I really like that, but it's still continuing, so I can't put it on this list, even though so far I'm loving it. Might as well have been in my top 10. But for now, let's just focus on stuff that started this year and ended this year. We'll start from number 15, which is a show called Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. It started in the winter season, and I never really saw it in the season, but then people kept telling me it was good. I kept seeing a lot of positive reviews. I saw a second season was coming out in the next season in January, so I was like, why not? I gave it a shot. Took some time with it, and I found myself really enjoying it in the end. If you don't know what it's about this sort of like comedy act called Rakugo in Japan, and like these two people and their story of how they grew up together, and yeah, just that, and then it'll follow the current timeline in the second season. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, go ahead. I highly recommend it. Number 14, Space Patrol Luluko. This is a Trigger show. Everybody loves Trigger. Come on, it's like they're like really top notch. You know, Kill la Kill, Kiznaiver, which we'll get to later. They've just been a really good studio. They're gonna do Little Witch Academia. They did Little Witch Academia. They're gonna do the TV show, and you know, Space Patrol Luluko was just kind of like a love letter to them. It had a collaboration of all of their other shows, and you know, it had a really, sorry for all the fireworks by the way, had a really unique premise. I just found it overall enjoyable. It had that nice trigger animation, and yeah, it was just really good. Number 13, we have Konosuba, which also aired in the winter season, and it was just a nice little fun comedy. You know, guy gets sent to fantasy world and then has these companions, and you know, they do dumb stuff. They never leave the first town, and yeah, it's gonna get a second season. I'm really excited for that. I thought the first season was explosion. I guess Megumin decided to join in, but yeah, overall I found it really funny. It's a really good comedy. Can't wait for season 2. Now at number 12 we have Magi: The Adventures of Sinbad, the TV series. Now we had a little bit of the OVAs, and yes, the OVAs were in here too, all 6 of them. I was like, why do we have to see these again? They just put them on the TV broadcast, but then we have, you know, more episodes. We had more to go off of, since it was a full 13 episode season. 8 of those were actually, or like 7 or 8 of those were original. So yeah, we got that, and it was pretty good. I love the Magi series. It's probably one of my top 10 of all time. Not really, but like the top 10 action. It's really good, and just seeing one of my favorite characters from there getting their own series in a prequel sort of way, it was just really good. At number 11, Re-Life. This was a nice little slice of life kind of drama about this 27-year-old guy who, like, he's a NEET. He doesn't like work. He has no job, and so this guy offers him a pill which will make him turn back 10 years. Will make him look 10 years longer than he actually is, and then he gets to start his life in high school, and he just sees what goes off in there. He meets some cool characters. The main love interest is a really good character. Like, you know, she kind of just like shy, and you know, there's a twist, but like, you know, it's a pretty obvious twist if you follow along. And yeah, I can't wait for a possible second season of it. Number 10, Kiznaiver. This was the actual Trigger show in the spring season, and you know what it was about is all these like group of characters, this 6 group of people, and they were all linked to each other, like their emotions. Whenever one got hurt, the others got hurt, and so it's set up by this person, and they're just doing experiments to see how they react, and you know, drama ensues, and it was just overall really good. The animation was really nice, and yeah, I wouldn't mind a possible season 2. I think it left off fine how it was. I think it was a pretty conclusive ending. I wouldn't mind a season 2. Number 9, Orange. Now this was the heart-wrenching show of the summer season. It was supposed to like pull at your heartstrings, right? The main character, Naho, has to send a letter to herself 10 years in the past and tell her to save this friend that ends up dying later. So she has to do her past self has to do all she can to keep this person alive. I found it really emotional. I binged through it. I was like, I'm gonna wait till this is done because I don't know, want to get those cliffhangers. And I watched it and I thought it was really enjoyable. I say if you like shoujo shows, like shows that will like you like romance and you like a little bit of drama too, you like the teen melodrama, I'd say go ahead and watch this. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable show. I can't wait for the sequel film to come out. At number 8, we have a controversial one, Erased. Now, when everyone started Erased, we all thought it was really good. It had a good premise. Guy, his mom, you just see him and he's trying to find out this mystery. And at the end of the first episode, he gets sent back 18 years in his life, I think it was. And he has to, figure out what happened to this little girl, how she died, who was the killer. It's a good mystery. We all thought it was great. We were all hyping it up. And then once the end came, no spoilers, once we saw the ending and we saw who the killer was, we were like, it's kind of what we were expecting. So it kind of dropped down on people. I still thought it was great. I still love the first 9 or so episodes. I think that's the best part. And, the ending is paramount. And we just, the ending kind of threw us off. But I'd say the first 9 episodes were really good. If you just focus on that part, leave the ending out, I think we're pretty good. I think if you just have it end a few episodes earlier than it did, it would have been fine. Or given it more episodes and actually have adapted from the manga more. Because I heard it cut some stuff out. I saw what it cut out. I thought it would have been really great to see everything animated. But, oh well. Number 7, Bungo Stray Dogs, both seasons, because it was split core, but spring, fall. It's one show. It was one show, but just airing differently. And, what this is about was, there's this orphan, and he gets taken into this organization about where, all these guys are named after famous Japanese literature authors, and their powers are based off of their works, like real-life people. And he has powers, too, and you just see the story of how he lives with this organization, and the fellow guild, and the port mafia, and how they clash, and how just him living with that organization and seeing what problems arise and what comes up and what he has to solve. I thought it was a really good show. I didn't really get any of the references, but once the season 2 came out and we had the American Guild, and you just started seeing American authors, you're like, oh, okay, I get that. You'll start getting references, and even if you don't, just do a bit of research, look up the names. You'll be fine once you learn everybody. At number 6, we have Mob Psycho 100, easily one of the best shows this year. There's some more explosions. Sorry, fireworks. New Year's. Easily one of the best shows this year. It's the spiritual successor to Mob Psycho to One Punch Man, but it's not like One Punch Man at all. Just the same author, same kind of art style. But instead of it being really good, really anime looking, it's more like One's original art style. So you just see it's bad, but it's not bad. It's really great animation. It just looks like that on purpose. It doesn't look like a traditional anime. It just looks like that on purpose because that's its art style. And the story is about Mob, who's a young psychic who's getting trained under this psychic named Reagan, and you just see him and his adventures and how he comes to in terms with his psychic powers. And I found it really enjoyable. Everybody else did. It's really great. Can't wait for a possible second season to come out pretty soon. At number 5, Yuri on Ice. I did watch this and I really did love it. I'm not into I'm not one to watch a lot of yaoi shows. This one caught my interest because I watched the first episode and when I heard it was announced, I was like, alright, I'm not gonna watch it. Then I saw other people oh my god, this is really good. So I started watching the episode. I'm like, oh my god, this is really good. Kept on watching it weekly. It just got better and better. I like how they handled the relationship between Yuri and Victor. I thought that was really great of them because, I'm all up for equal rights, right? I don't judge anybody. And yeah, I just really enjoyed the show. The animation was great. The story was great. I like how they handled that relationship. It was just overall a really mature and really fun series to watch. I binge watched it again with a couple of my friends to show them. We all thought it was great. Can't wait for season 2 if that ever comes out. And number 4, My Hero Academia. What can I say? It was just, we're getting the second season already in April, so it's like a year difference. And we saw the story. I haven't. Oh my god. We all saw it. It was made by Bone Studio, one of my favorite studios, and oh my god, we all saw it, and we all thought it was great because it had good action scenes, good characters, nice artwork. It was just overall a fun story, and even though we really didn't get started, we're gonna get our actual story with the second season coming out soon. It was a nice little taste of what we would get. At number 3, probably the most hyped show this year. Everybody loves it, everybody hates it. It's all in people's minds. ReZero. What do I think about ReZero? I thought it was really great. I didn't think it was amazing like other people, but I think it's a really great show. I think it's a really great show. Other people call it horrible, call it terrible, they don't like it. I really like it because, it just really grabbed me in a way. I had just finished watching Steins Gate, which is like my top 3, and ReZero having that same type of concept, but also putting in fantasy elements with there, and Rem being best girl, it's kind of hard not to like the series. I got a lot of hype from people, and I can see why. It was just quite an interesting story to tell. I can't wait for a possible season 2. I can't wait. And numbers 2 and 1, I had debated about. Oh, here they go. Number 2 and 1, I had debated about which one was better. One of them ended off early in spring. Another one just ended. And they were both sequels to shows I really love. And I was just wondering, well, hey, what am I gonna do? So, number 2 and 1 are a tie between JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamonds Unbreakable and Assassination Classroom Season 2. I'm leaning more on the side of putting JoJo at number 1, but Assassination Classroom Season 2 was just so good because I had more experience with Assassination Classroom than I had with JoJo. But JoJo was also a longer experience and overall better one. It was just so good. Like, both shows are amazing. You should see Assassination Classroom. They put the first season on Crunchyroll. Go watch it. You should watch JoJo. Everyone should watch JoJo. JoJo's an amazing show. And with Diamonds Unbreakable, I think Diamonds Unbreakable is probably my favorite arc right now. I haven't read anything, but it's probably my favorite arc right now. And Assassination Classroom Season 2 was also really good at picking up the story and just seeing how it developed from there and seeing the ending. The numbers 2 and 1 are a tie between JoJo and Assassination Classroom. So yeah, that was my top 15 of 2016. I hope you check out some of the shows. If you already have, tell me what you think. Do you agree with my list? Did you not? I mean, I don't really hate anime. Like, there's not an anime where I'm like, oh, I hate that. School Days, though. I watched that this year. Oh, School Days. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys have a happy new year. If you aren't already in the new year, take care.